Welcome. For over 120 years, this majestic Queen Anne Victorian has stood over the Willamette River and overlooked Portland's downtown. Now, after undergoing some of the most significant improvements since it was put on the historic registry in the 1970s, this iconic Portland home is for sale. In this short video, I'm going to share some facts about the home, tell you about the home's history, highlighting some of its most prominent owners in its time, and of course show you many of the wonderful features that this building has to offer. And at any time, you can click the link in the description below to view a virtual reality 3D tour where you can walk through the home from the comfort of your own living room. And please do go to poulsenhouse.com to learn more. See all the details, quite in depth, as well as an extensive write-up on the home's history and loads of photos. So if you're ready, let's get started. And now for a little bit about the home's history. The home was built in 1892 by this man right here, timber magnate Johan Poulsen and his business partner, Robert Inman. Mr. Poulsen, being a timber and lumber magnate, was able to pick the best wood for this home that went into its construction. And you will see when you walk through this home some very fine woodwork. So that certainly was to the home's benefit. But he actually only owned the home for 3 years. And after selling it, it changed hands a couple times until finally in 1919, it was purchased by a very prominent bakery owner in town, A.A. Hoover, also known as the Donut King. And while Mr. Hoover owned the house, because he was so famous, it was known as the King's Castle. It actually, on the 3rd floor, was all open and used as a ballroom, so clearly set up for entertaining guests. One other very interesting improvement that Mr. Hoover made to the house was to install a coal-fired boiler for the radiators throughout the home, which was actually not original to the house's design. And you can still see some of those original radiators and the coal-fired boiler in the basement here today. The third most notable historic owner of this house is Dr. Gustav Huthman, very well known in Portland's animal lover community because he established the Rose City Veterinary Hospital, one of Portland's oldest veterinary hospitals that still exists today. He purchased the house in 1923 and owned it until 1946, giving it a really long run of 23 years of ownership, and during that time made some really great improvements, including the retaining wall on the west and north side of the home that still exists today, and adding the 2-car garage that is connected to the basement via tunnel. The home was built in 1892, and it is a fine example of Pacific Northwest Queen Anne Victorian. One of its most notable features, its 50-foot turret that can be seen from the Ross Island Bridge and McLoughlin Blvd. Very iconic in Portland. It's over 5,000 square feet in size, laid out over its 3 floors and basement and 2-car garage. And all of this sits on a lot that is nearly 10,000 square feet in size. Another fantastic aspect of this property is that it's zoned CM2. That means it can be used as a private residence, but also could be used as retail space or as office space, and has potential to be converted to a bed and breakfast. And now let me share with you some of the amazing features of this home. As I mentioned, this home is all about the woodwork. And here is a great example of it in its west-facing entrance. The home has 3 fireplaces, all with hand-carved mantles, and I love this one in particular. You can see the gorgeous hand-carved woodwork. I believe all of this is oak. And then this fireplace not only has the mantle, but the wonderful detail around the built-in mirror above. And I do love this green tile and this cast iron relief of Queen Nefertiti that has been inserted into the fireplace as a heater. Just gorgeous. Love that fireplace cover. All throughout the banisters, you see this amazing woodwork, the rosettes that are on each banister, and you're going to notice that on a majority of the door frames, and the trim around the doors have fantastic rosettes and fluting. Really fine detail and consistent on each and every door and doorway. Here on the 2nd and 3rd floor, we have 8 bedrooms, and in almost all of them, we have wonderful period piece light fixtures, and my favorite, ceiling medallions. This hallway is a great example of it because it has 3 matching light fixtures and ceiling medallions. Very hard to come by. And check out this room here, one of the largest on the 2nd floor. Wonderful high ceilings all throughout the 1st and 2nd level, and in this one, another great example of that Victorian period light fixture and ceiling medallion. This is also a great opportunity to mention all throughout the 2nd and 3rd floor, we've installed brand new oak hardwood floors, 2 inches wide, pretty much as close as you can get to the original hardwood floors that were installed in this house in 1892. This is also a great opportunity to talk about the home's brand new HVAC system. Up until last year, the home was being heated only by the natural gas-fired boiler heating the radiators and a few electric cadet wall heaters throughout, and no AC. The home now has been upgraded to a state-of-the-art, energy-efficient 3 heat pump system with air handlers in the basement and on the 3rd floor, and then these wonderful Mitsubishi cassettes installed in the ceiling, very subtle, on each of the 5 bedrooms of the 2nd floor, allowing each bedroom to be individually temperature controlled. As advanced as you can get in this day and age. Now here in the basement, I've got a couple other great features to show you. First, overhead, you can see an example of the overhead sprinkler system that has been installed all throughout the house, making it that much more viable for commercial property. And behind me, now decommissioned, the original coal firing burner for the boiler system that provided steam to the radiators that used to be throughout the house. We kept it here even though it's decommissioned. And the coal for this was brought up from the ground level that is 1.5 stories down below, but was easy to move up because here we see the tunnel leading to the garage with tracks for the coal barrel. A wonderful historic feature of the home. Finally, all 3 bathrooms on 3 levels of the home have been updated with brand new tiled floors, vanities, custom paint job, removing outdated wallpaper, and refinishing the clawfoot bathtubs, adding this beautiful blue matching the exterior of the home and the gorgeous original stained glass windows. Other notable improvements is the completely rebuilt sidewalk around the exterior of the home that has inset, custom hand-picked rainbow pea gravel. A gorgeous addition to the home's exterior. Now this is a home you have to view in person, so schedule your private touring with me today. And be sure to go to poulsenhouse.com to view all the home's photos, the full listing details, and check out that 3D virtual tour. Thanks for watching.